things and revealing some things in myself that needed to be revealed and showed me and all that, because he was still working on me and showing me things and revealing things in me, even in the spiritual realm, like all kind of stuff. And there's a lot of things I'm not going to talk about, but showing me things. And then he was teaching me about spiritual warfare. And because I've always dealt with the spiritual realm, always, ever since I was a child, always. um, I've had multiple diagnoses. I even have videos talking about my testimony about me having quote unquote multiple personality disorders. That's even on my page, that I said that it was demonic entities. I made that plain as because I knew, just all this kind of stuff. And I was called crazy my whole entire life, just all kinds of things, and I was on medications, none of that, just all this kind of stuff. And I just knew these things. I just knew. And so, it's all these things you have to be really, really careful about. And it's just honestly my life. That's why I really, really, I didn't know how to begin on it, because like I told the Lord, like, I don't know where to start. I really don't know. It's just so much. And even when I've tried to tell things to people like in my lifetime, they didn't believe me, because it's like some of it is it's kind of like a horror movie. And a lot of times you sit there and talk about it, it's like, if you really tell this to some folks, like it is kind of unbelievable, but it is life. And I know I'm not the only one out there that's like that. There are people out there with some totally unbelievable stories, but it's true. But people don't understand, just because you haven't went through something like that does not mean that it's not true. And you know what? You need to count your blessings that you haven't, because everybody can't. There are people who went through things and are no longer here with the supernatural. And I'm going to put it like that. No longer here. Okay? So count your blessings. But there are things that were shown to me that I had been going through my whole entire life, that I knew there was something else more to it that was there, that was revealed to me, and God exposed it to me. And I began to see things a lot clearer, because I had gotten away from that demon and those demons and the other ones. And I'm gonna make it plain. Like, when there's one, there's multiple. It's not just one. They all work together, and they're not going to expose each other. People need to understand this. Where there's one, best believe there's a pack. This is something that I have seen on my own. There is just not one. And if the son is one, most likely his mother, his father, they're everywhere. And if you grew up in a family like that, they're everywhere. Trust me. It's just not like this one random person is one and then they're not. It's not like the mother is one and then the father and the children is not. No. They're they're there. You know what I'm saying? They work together in packs. And that's how they're able to turn people. People don't even understand that. That's how they're able to manipulate and control people, each other. That's how they're able to do it. And people need to understand this. And it's sad. But the Lord had showed me things that they were doing, all this kind of stuff all this kind of stuff. And I came across I don't know her name. It was one girl that was talking about um, um, not witchcraft. She was talking about like all kinds of stuff. And when she spoke about it, I knew, I knew, because it was things that I was going through. And a lot of times people don't pay attention to people who are not popular. The people who are like, who have like, nobody really listening to them. And they don't pay attention to people like that, because why? They're, not popular, what I'm saying, don't have that many views, don't have likes and all this kind of stuff. But she was on point about talking about, because why? She been through some things, and I understand. I'm like, oh my God, what, girl, what? And and I came across her video, and I knew God was showing me this for a reason. That's why we have to talk about things, because there's other people out there going through the same things. And where I was going through things in life to where I knew, like, all my life I was being followed, and I felt like I was being crazy, because every time I would tell people, like, people thought I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And like, I knew I was being watched and followed, But you know what I'm saying? Like just weird things were happening to where like even with my computers, like a lot of things happen with my computers, phones, like all kinds of stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? Um, for years, you know, and just a lot of stuff happening. You know what I'm saying? And then now, since a lot of people are telling their stories, you know, it all makes sense. And I was not crazy the whole time. It's like they were just trying to make me look crazy.